Hey, how we doing, guys? Welcome back. So, I'm going to do another Alexandria review today, and this is the runway 45, which is inspo slash dupe clone, whatever you want to call it, of Reflection 45. Now, I don't have a full presentation bottle, but I do have a decant of Reflection 45. I've got a bottle of normal Reflection Man here, so we're going to get sniffing and see what the deal is. So, if you're interested, stick around. You'll have no doubt noticed if you watched my other Alexandria video, I was bowled over, like literally bowled over by Black Panther, which was a Thai guy inspired by. Absolutely class. So much so that I'm moving on Maserati Blue. It's going to be included in the giveaway when I reach 1,000 subs. Now, I wouldn't be doing that with a bottle of Reflection 45, even if I thought it was better. That's big money. But upon first spray, right out in the air, like right out the bottle, that's it, you've got it. It's that soapy, clean, white, floral, slightly woody vibe. You know what I mean? Like I've said this time and time again, Reflection Man DNA is amongst the cleanest, most high-end, classy smells, like not just in perfumery, but like in the world that I've ever smelled. Absolute class. Even the cheaper inspos like Shiaka, like they've not nailed it, but they get close, and that smells of pure class. So much so that it's one of the probably best pound for pound fragrances available, because you can pick it up for not much and it hits really hard in terms of the elegance, class, refinement sort of DNA scent profile. Now, this is better than that, and as you would expect. But I've got the dry down sprayed here of all three of these, and the reason that this is here is because with Reflection 45, it is that Reflection Man DNA, but it's not as bright. Now, Amouage is known for its deep, resinous, sort of like, you know, the frankincense and myrrh and all the typical Middle Eastern ingredients that you would find in Arabian perfumery. And Reflection was, there is others out there, but it was my first experience of a non-typical Amouage release. Something that was, you know, more for everybody rather than people who just like the Arabian scents. But in 45, because it's a 45% oil concentration, it was heavier. Like, it is heavier. I wouldn't call it a dark fragrance, but it isn't as bright. And you get a little bit of those resinous pops. I think it makes it even more formal, and you can definitely tell, like when you're doing one bit, because this is just Reflection, there's almost a sweetness with Reflection that you don't find in this. It is brighter, lighter. And in many ways, more appealing, more mass appealing anyway. But you smell this, the Reflection 45, and it just exudes pure class. Now then, the Alexandria, when comparing it directly to reflection 45. You'll find that it is brighter. Not as bright as reflection, but it doesn't have the same sort of density, in my opinion. It nails the DNA. Well, it can't nail it, can it? You know, it will never be 100%. But, you know, especially out in the air when you're not up close like this, you know, someone's wearing amouage reflection, whether it be that or the other, you know, as you walk by. But it doesn't quite have the density and sort of like amplified richness that this has over that. So I would say it's almost, in terms of profile, sort of like a midway point, like exactly where it sits between the two. But it's got that DNA absolutely spot on, like absolutely spot on. Unmistakable. So good that. I compare it to the original reflection. Yeah, it's not quite as bright as that, but it's brighter than that. You know what I mean? Performance is excellent, absolutely spot on. Like really, really good. It is an X straight, isn't it? Yeah, it's an X straight. So my best guess is that it's not 45% like the amouage. It is an X straight, so it's going to be around about 30, 25 to 30. So it sort of makes sense. It's logical in what I'm saying about the brightness and it not being quite as heavy. And if you're not at all aware of the amouage reflection DNA, then I'll go over the common notes for you. It might be too long. Amouage are known for having a ridiculously big note breakdown. So rather than troll through Fragrantica, etc., going over the two amouage fragrances, I'm just going directly to Alexandria's website, and it's got the note breakdown here. So what we have is, in the top, we have lavender, benzoin, juniper berries, pink pepper, clary sage and cardamom. In the mid, we have iris, jasmine, neroli, tonka bean, vanilla, angelica. And then in the base, we have olibanum, sandalwood, myrrh, opoponax, cedar, vetiver, patchouli. And knowing Alexandria, that'll be pretty much identical to what you would find if you were to check out Reflection 45. There is more resins and stuff than you would find in the normal Reflection. This room smells amazing now. It really does. I love amouage fragrances, both the bright stuff and the more resinous, more smoky, incensey kind of stuff as well. Really do. It's high quality, and for my mind, it's really good value for money as well. It is expensive, but it isn't in the upper echelon of, you know, prices when you're looking at niche perfumery. And you know, the bottles are fantastic, you know, nice magnetic caps on them and that. It's just a really good presentation, and you know, just really good quality, fantastic quality. Now with the Alexandria, I would say that because it's about what, a fifth of the price of the amouage, and that's a no-brainer, innit? Yeah, you're not going to get exactly that, but you're getting some point in between the two. And like I say, performance is fantastic. 10-11 plus hours, and it does, for an X-ray, just like with the Black Panther, it radiates really well. You've got an excellent scent bubble around you. Now I had somebody in the comments on the Black Panther review who was voicing their opinion on a dupe being 100 quid for 100 ml. Now it won't be that when there's discounts on, which is quite often now. And if you sign up to the newsletter, you'll actually get notified when, and they've got a Facebook group too. So, you know, get yourself in amongst it and wait it out if you don't want to spend the money. But I sort of see his point. You know what I mean? I do see his point. It is £1 a mil, which is like designer price now. But you look on Alexandria, and you know, a good chunk of what they're cloning is stuff like this, which isn't £1 a mil. You know, it's like £3, £4, £5 a mil. So if you want experience, which and for me, I haven't experienced a great deal from the house. You know what I mean? Maybe 3, 4, 5 fragrances. But up until now, and I'm sure beyond now, what I have experienced has been very, very good. Really close to the, like I'm saying, like really, really close to the intended scent profile. With excellent performance. Yeah, it's pretty plain, but you know what I mean? Like, nice weighty cap. And in the bigger bottles, in the 50 mils, got a really good pressurized atomizer. But in the 30 mils here, like you can't sniff at that. You know what I mean? Not that atomizers are that important, but you know, reasonable, like nice embossed on the back of the glass there. Can't argue with it, in my opinion. Well, you can argue with it, but I'll fight you. So that'll about do it, guys. Thanks again for tuning in. Another banger from Alexandria. And thanks again to Alexandria for sending them out. It is like receiving the bottles free of charge. It hasn't swayed my judgment or anything like that. I'm not in the business of giving absolutely damning reviews. So rather than do that, I would have probably declined. I would have declined to review it, you know what I mean? But they stipulated that they wanted the truth anyway. As you'll have seen in the screenshot that I put on the Black Panther review, all they wanted was my honest opinion. And they've done this with lots of reviewers, both on TikTok and YouTube, you know, just getting a bit of PR out there because they're wanting honest opinions. So yeah, thanks again to them, and thanks to you guys for tuning in. As I say every time, make sure you smash that like button down below. You know, it does help out. And subscribe if you haven't already, and if you have subscribed, make sure you hit the bell notification icon so that you can be notified next time I upload some scented nonsense. So until next time, guys, take care, keep smelling good, and I'll see you in the next one.